Things which matter most must never be at the mercy of things which matter least. Johann Wolfgang von Goethe. What's up guys, today I want to talk about the 2 key elements that I learned from the book, The One Thing, that I read this month. This is not a book review, again I'm more just talking about the 2 most important things that I learned that you have to do to get to your goal, both financially, in your business, but of course this is also usable in your private life or any other goals that you have. I want to start this video off with another quote from the book. Of course, the first quote was from Johann Wolfgang von Goethe, but this is a quote from the book. When everything feels urgent and important, everything seems equal. We become active and busy, but this doesn't actually move us any closer to success. Activity is often unrelated to productivity, and busyness rarely takes care of business. This is very hard to read because I think I can see myself in that, and maybe you can too. I'm busy all the time, working non-stop, but does it actually move me closer towards my goal? Sometimes, but certainly not always. Sometimes you just keep yourself busy instead of doing the one little thing that would actually move you closer to your goal because it's not comfortable doing it and you avoid it at all costs. I think we all can agree on the fact that we all do this sometimes, and that's why you should always ask yourself, what's the one thing that I can do right now such that by doing it, everything else becomes easier or unnecessary? If you really start to think about that question and ask yourself the question several times a day, it really becomes clear what you have to do next to reach your goal. So let's actually go through with the goal setting to the now, which you can find on page 150 in the book, The One Thing. We will repeat ourselves quite often now when I read it to you, but we really have to do it properly so that it really becomes clear what you have to do next. So let's start with the goal setting to the now. First, you start with your someday goal. What's the one thing I want to do someday? Then you start to narrow it down to your 5-year goal. Based on my someday goal, what's the one thing I can do in the next 5 years? Now we move even closer, the 1-year goal. Based on my 5-year goal, what's the one thing I can do this year? I think you get the point. Now we come to the monthly goal. Based on my 1-year goal, what's the one thing I can do this month? Which brings us to our weekly goal. Based on my monthly goal, what's the one thing I can do this week? Narrow it down to the daily goal. Based on my weekly goal, what's the one thing I can do today? Which brings us right to the right now. Based on my daily goal, what's the one thing I can do right now? Once you really start to think about what it is that you want to achieve someday and see the bigger picture, it becomes more clearly on what you have to do, what are the next action steps that will take you to your goal and achieve your desires. Another sentence from this book that really stuck in my head and that I will think about a lot from now on is this one. Success is actually a short race, a sprint fueled by discipline, just long enough for habit to kick in and take over. A study showed that you have to do something for 66 days for habit to kick in. Sometimes it's a few more days, sometimes a few less, but 66 days seems to be the sweet spot for something to become a habit after you repeat it over and over. And that's so nice to know and motivating for me to know that I just have to get over the 66-day mark for something to become easy, you know? I think it's often actually less days for me because I really quickly get the hang of it and then it starts to become routine. So my goal is to get a normal sleep schedule again, get up early and maybe even do some sports while getting up early and do it for the next 66 days, which would be until the 15th of January from today on. And I'm very excited if everything will become routine or not. But I have a pretty good feeling about it. I'll let you know. That's motivating. And also kind of scary. So I'm gonna end this video with another very inspirational quote that you can find in this book. It's from George Bernard Shaw, and he says, "Life isn't about finding yourself, life is about creating yourself." That's it from the video. I really hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please be sure to hit that like button and also consider subscribing for more videos just like this one. You can find the book playlist right here. You can find last month's book review right here, and you can subscribe right here. And I will hopefully see you in the next video. Goodbye, and think about the one thing that you can do today to move closer to your goal. Goodbye.